Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you enjoyed that first little clip there. That was a nice dev strike that I managed to achieve in a brawling match recently, which has been great fun, to be honest. You should try it if you haven't already. Those brawling matches are fantastic fun. Just 3 against 3 and, you know, great stuff. Anyway, to more immediate problems. I'm in an Asashio in a tier 10 game here, and a Chung Mu has just tried to torpedo me with deep water torpedoes, which is quite amusing. There's an Austin at the far end of the cap there, 12.4 kilometers away. I don't want to get spotted by him, so I'm going to travel a little bit deeper into the cap and hopefully nestle between the two islands between Alpha and Bravo here. So let's see what we can do. I mean, my objective is obviously to take the cap, and hopefully if we get Bravo, I'll travel into Alpha and hopefully get some spotting done in there and secure that one as well. But yeah, it's alright having a plan, but you know what they say about plans, they never survive first contact with the enemy, right? So yeah, we'll see about that. So the Chung Mu pops out of his smoke. I'm spotting him, but his guns are not pointed in my direction. Fantastic. I don't think he was expecting me in this position. So yeah, he does get a shot off at me, but he doesn't do a great deal of damage, and he's running away. He's getting focused, so all good. So I've now achieved some pretty decent cover here. It's a really good spot on this map, so take note of this. It's a really handy spot, really solid. However, our Benson seems quite reluctant in Charlie Cap to take that, and I don't blame him, to be honest. There's a Petropavlovsk behind the island. He's probably under radar currently, and I've got this Austin coming in here, so yeah, and I don't particularly want to get spotted by this guy, but I'm going to try and keep him spotted for my team. My concealment's great at 5.4, but he's right on the edge of that now, so I'll just pull forward a little bit, and I'm getting the cap, which is what I want to do, but I also want to keep this guy spotted. It's quite critical really that high powered ships like that do get spotted, but he's under smoke now, so I'm going to travel into the Alpha Cap. And I've just realised we've already lost our Yugumo at the other side of the Alpha Cap, which is unfortunate. And I know we've got a Grosser Kerr first and a Kansas travelling in this direction, and there's also a Kagero in the Alpha Cap as well. So, and the Kagero's spotting me, so I might as well shoot him. No point in being shy. I'm in reasonable cover behind the island just yet, but soon I'm probably going to start taking some incoming. But the enemy cruisers can't shoot me, which is great. So I'm just going to get into the northern part of the Alpha Cap, hopefully. The Kerfur's probably got his Hydro running, so I want to try and keep a little bit of distance away from him initially, just to preserve health. And if he spots me, I'll be spotted fairly permanently for a couple of minutes potentially if I'm well within his Hydro range, so it's always a good idea to be aware of that 6 kilometer Hydro range on the Kerr first. So getting a set of torps out in his general direction. And yeah, I'm going to turn into the cap a little bit. I'm masked nicely by the Kagero smoke screen there, and he went down actually. I've just figured that one out, and I'm going to send a torpedo reload boost shot against the Kerr first. And if you notice, I aimed between the islands and just in to the right of the islands in his path. Now watch where these torpedoes go on the left hand side. That is certainly not where I aimed those torps. So yeah, we've still got the issue with the the torpedoes not going where you send them. And I was in the turn as well, if you noticed. So yeah, the bug is still officially not fixed. So GG wargaming. But the Kerfuss does take one, which is great. And I've got the Alpha cap. But we've lost the Bravo cap. There's been a little bit of action in there. And the enemies have just sailed into the Charlie cap. They haven't got much opposition, it seems. I mean, the majority of our team are behind me. Some kind of, well, almost 8, 9, 10 kilometres away, actually. They seem reluctant to push in and help here. They're just quite happy sailing at the edge of the cap and sniping away, which is just not unusual at all. So if the Kerfuss does manage to get around the side of this island, I'm just getting into a position where he can't hurt me. But I can hurt him, but you know, there was no need in the end. That's was dealt with. So now the Fantask is in the cap here, or just outside the cap. I'm going to take a shot at him. He's quite low health, so if we can get him out of the game, that's another set of eyes the enemy have lost. And I'm going to smoke up at this point. Ultimately, I want to keep control of this cap. And I'm just moving about in the smoke just to avoid the incoming fire. And I'm going to, hopefully, get some torpedoes out on the Kansas that's just gone behind the island. And the Fantask is coming back in. So again, take a shot at that, but my guns aren't trained fully. The rear turrets aren't quite round, but thankfully our Elbing's here to help, and he takes him out, which is great stuff. So now, I think all we have to do here is get rid of the Kansas if we can. So I'll send my torpedoes. I'm not worried about hitting the Elbing because the deep waters will go under his hull. So that's not an issue at all. And looks like the Elbing's keen to get some shots into the Kansas himself. He's been pretty aggressive, is our Elbing. And he probably needs to be quite... I'd probably be a little bit more careful than he's been there. There's a Mainz that's taking him under fire on the enemy team. So he's smoked up, so my goal is to come back round and spot for him. And hopefully he'll be able to take out the Kansas with his guns. Oh, we'll lose our Tirpitz B. The rest of the team were incredibly reluctant again to do anything or push anywhere. They're all still in the spawn. And it's pretty much down to me and my friend the Elbing here to keep control of this cap, which is going to prove quite difficult, I think. Especially with that Austin about, right? If that Austin decides he wants this cap, there's nothing that we can do about that. All we can do is just kite away. I mean, the Elbing has got some fairly decent torpedoes. He could maybe get a torp strike on him, but he's on fairly low health as well. So if he gets spotted, he's going to be in a world of pain. But he's got some AP out on the Kansas, and the Kansas goes down, which is fantastic. So at the moment I've got 4 torp hits, which isn't bad. We're up to 80k damage, and there's a lovely juicy Yamato over there. But yeah, look at this. The Austin's driving full speed into the cap area, and I really don't want to get spotted by him. He could kill me in like 2 salvos, you know, 2 or 3 salvos. I'd be out of here. So I get some torpedoes out on the Yamato. Travel north, and of course the Mainz is still about, but we've got nobody to help us really. The Kerfuss is taking some shots on the Austin, but I don't think he's hitting much. Oh yes, he gets a decent hit there, and our Elbing goes down. He got spotted. He was a little bit aggressive there. So now the game plan is get back into the Bravo cap. I need to support our Benson there. And I think the Benson did the right thing early game. He kept himself safe. As a DD, you want to stay alive as long as you can. As you know, it's really important. You've got to have eyes on the enemy to win games sometimes. So the torpedoes on the Yami are looking reasonable. I might score one or two there, hopefully. We'll see. And he takes 3, which is great. That's fine. Looks like the second set we're a little bit behind him. But ultimately, we want this Bravo cap back. The rest of the team have kind of travelled back over to the Charlie cap, by the look of it. And again, it's down to myself and the Benson to look after this cap. I'm ready for another strike on the Yamato here. So the tubes are reloaded and we'll make a send. Now he's real close range there, so he's going to have to make some crazy manoeuvres to avoid those torpedoes. But it really wouldn't surprise me if he did. So we'll see what happens. He's taking a lot of fire, so he's going to turn away and probably try and escape between the islands, but I'm going to take a shot on him. He's going to avoid my tops, which is a little bit frustrating, to be honest, so I'll go straight into the Charlie cap. And we've got an isolated Iowa here who's taking heavy damage. So it looks as though, you know, our team's sniping has kind of paid off. So can you blame them, really? But I'm not done. I want to get some more damage in this game if I can. And that's the first kill of the game. Yay for me. So we know there's a Yu Yang travelling south, and I've got him on radio position finder there. And I have a feeling that he's going to try and enter the southern point of the Charlie cap, and here he is. So I'm going to take a gunfight with this guy. I've got quite a lot of support, potentially, if they manage to hit him. And the Confederate pops up. Now, I don't have a smoke screen, but Yu Yang has taken a lot of damage, and I don't think he expected me to gunfight him. So that was well worth it, in my opinion. And the Yamato has taken a shot on me, but I've managed to just stay within the cap and duke his shots, which is just fine. So I'll now go undetected and keep the Yamato spotted for the team, and he won't be long for this world. And the sailing takes him out, which is great. So now all we need to do is take the Charlie cap and hopefully spot the Austin if we can. So whilst the game's running out, we'll do the commander skills, preventative maintenance, a must have, last stand, survivability expert for the hit points, concealment expert, radio location because it's great, adrenaline rush, very valuable, fill the tubes, and if you want the guns to actually turn, you want to use grease the gears on this ship. So as we sail into the sunset, the Austin comes into view, and hopefully my team can deal with this guy fairly quickly. I think the sailing's going to take him on in a close one-on-one brawling situation here. And yeah, he's taking some severe damage, getting crossfired by everybody there. So yeah, pretty happy with that game. Confederate 134k, 2 kills, 7 torpits, and look at that, top of the team, nearly 3k XP, which is superb in a tier 10 game. And that's the hit list and the damage done. So all in all, really happy with that game, and I was pleased to share it with you guys. And as always, thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.